from my past, I had to change my life. My moms used to pray to Christ, I'm making home at night. Filling sneaker boxes with bread till it was shoulder height. Yeah, I ain't been through what I've been through, you don't know my life. And what I had to do to make it right. Ignore the gossip, niggas spread a bunch of Jaguar rights. I turned the projects to the Carter, I was Wesley Snipes. Behind that wall there was no guns, you had to test your knife, let's get it right. My mouth was slick, it got me in a lot of issues. Back then we knuckled up, nowadays they using pistols. Everybody talking gang, but niggas is not official. Type to shoot it out and get on the stand and turn against you. You ever seen your man raise his right hand on the stand? Take the oath to put his man in a can like some spam. For they said they try to use you as a sacrificial lamb. Niggas will tell on their mama if they caught up in the jam and sick. I lost my bro, I was mad stressed. Then turned around and saw my...
Yo, how y'all doing, man? Y'all had another episode of Building with Beasts, man. Today, we are joined with a magnificent gentleman. This has been a long time coming. I met this guy at one of the showings of his movie that we're going to talk about. I kind of got introduced to him because he incorporated some of my guys into the movie who were kind of first-time actors. So even that's something that we're going to touch on. But this guy wears tons of hats. Director, producer, filmmaker. I don't really know how he does it all. But with his stories, he really does a great job of blending powerful storytelling with real world impact, right? So we're going to talk to Prince Sprauve today. Thank you for being with us, man. Salute to you and everything you do, man. Like I said, it's been a long time coming, brother.
You already know the vibes, man. It's an honor to be here, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this conversation, man, to see how this thing just flow out. But I'm just grateful to be here. That's all, man. I'm grateful to tell a story. I'm grateful to, talk about my story and how it impacts other people. And I'm, really excited about that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, really been a long time coming. I was telling your wife that I wanted you at the bar with Beast, but I kind of pre-record those 12 episodes at a time. And this was such a special moment because of what you got going on that we had to do a special edition just for you. Brother.
I appreciate that, beloved. I definitely appreciate that.
So, where are you from originally? Because I hear your lingo, I see how you move, and no disrespect to the 518, but it ain't that. Respectful.
Nah, you absolutely right. First of all, I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
That.
So I'm from Fort Greene Project.
Okay.
So I grew up in Brooklyn. I've been through 3 high schools. I've been through it was crazy down there. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up rough. My mom's had me at 14 years old.
Gotcha.
We grew up in the projects, mice, roaches. I'm really from the bottom, and then around 17, 18 years old, I had uncles up here that was in Schenectady. You know what I'm saying? They lived up here, they was out here, doing their thing. Yeah. And I ran into some trouble in Brooklyn. Mom Duke thought it was an idea to, send me upstate with my uncles, my grandmoms and them that was up here. And I ended up coming to Schenectady. And I already had a rapport with Schenectady already because I played ball.
Gotcha.
A lot of people didn't know, I used to play in J. Burrell. I played in J. Burrell. I played in those tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So, Ray was the first person I met up here. You know what I'm saying? That's how we met when we was 30. I used to come up in the summertime. So, 98, it was lit up here. You know what I'm saying? In J. Burrell. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, I had a little small rapport with some people up here just from playing ball, and my uncles and them was well known up here. And then from there, everything just kind of took off from there. You know what I'm saying? So, Schenectady adopted me, if you want to say. Schenectady took me in.
We really got to sit and talk one day off camera because it sounds like there's some real similarities in our story.
Yes, sir.
I'm originally from Southside Queens and getting into trouble, getting kicked out of high school. Yep. They sent me up here to live with my aunt and I was up here and that's how I made friends. Like I tell people from traveling up and down the East Coast, rap, weed, and basketball is what allowed me to ingratiate myself into different communities.
Yes.
But yeah, shout out to my guy Ray. He actually just won the MVP at my Big G Classic tournament.
Oh yeah, man. He's been a monster since 13. You know what I'm saying?
He's like 42 and still getting out there. So shout out to him. Tell me this, because I did some research, I did some looking up. I seen you was shooting music videos at one point.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So that's a good way. So I started at Schenectady High School. my mom's was a teacher.
Gotcha.
So I was like, once I made it out the hood and I was at a place in my life where I was like, damn, my mind is renewed. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a brand new person. Like I don't want to be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I felt what it was like to go get money the legal way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, it was like, how do I help others? You know? And I thought like maybe the best way is through the high school.
Yeah.
So my mom's just like, yo, before you go to school, for college, and do all that for 5 years, why don't you go in as an assistant to see if you even like it? I went in as an assistant at 21.
Gotcha.
I went in to be a teacher and came out a director. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I felt like that was God in his own way. Like I'm trying to do something and God was leading me in my own way to be like, yo, listen, you may have plans for this, but I got a different plan for you. At the time, Schenectady was 5th in the nation for best fine arts. It was 5th in the nation. They just had built a $6 million facility in the fine arts where they had like acting classes, they had orchestra, they had the black box for theater plays. The only thing they was missing was a recording studio. I didn't know nothing about doing a record. I was 21 years old, but I can rap though. I've been rapping since I was 11 years old. I always been wicked with the pen since I was 11.
Listen, I
you know what I'm saying?
stuff.
So like for me, it's like, and that's me just playing around. I'm not. But for the most part, I think what happened was the students really kind of pushed it. For me, I was into the music and audio engineering. They were like, Sprauve, you want to do music video? You want to do this? You want to do that? So I was like, all right. And I went down to the television studio, and the person that was in charge was like, yo, I love the way you work with students. Do you want to be the assistant station manager for the television studio? I'm like, I don't want to do no video. I just want to do the music.
Yeah.
He said, listen, I like the way you work with the students so much, I'll incorporate music into your job. So I took the job where I'm doing video and audio all day long. That's all I do. And I'm coming in, they got the lab set up. We on GarageBand. We ain't even on Pro Tools or nothing like that. We on regular stuff. Make a long story short, just to speed it up, but I figured out once I picked up that camera, it was like I never put it down. It just went from one level to the next. You know, first I'm shooting little documentaries. My first 4 years, I was doing television production. I wasn't even doing film.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I was doing green screen work, documentaries. I was shooting basketball games, soccer games, wrestling games. Whatever I could find my hands to do. I could church services. It didn't matter what it was. I was shooting it. That's why I know how to do so many different things now.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Besides just doing film, I can do commercials, I can do weddings, I can do document, I can do whatever bag you want to get in, I can get into. And I think at one point, coming out of doing my first 2 movies, Fast Life and Cradle, I started dipping into the music videos. Because I felt like those was like smaller ways for me to like hone in on my craft. But then I was deciding, like, do I really want to be a music video director or do I want to be a film director? So when I started thinking about branding, I left music videos for 2 reasons. One, it ain't no money in it, all right? I'm going to call it what it is. People that's running around doing music videos, you got to do 24 of them joints just to see a return, all right? Nah. Then the second thing was I didn't feel the same satisfaction that I had when I did film. And then for branding purposes, you know, one of my mentors, he told me, he was like, yo, listen, respectfully, would you call Spike Lee to do a music video? I said, nah. He said, why? Because it's his brand. His brand demands that he does movies. So which means that he demands more money, right? You ain't gonna ask a top film director to come and do a little 3-minute music video, even though he could do it. Doesn't mean he can't do it. Because the brand gotta be solidified.
I got a glimpse of the price list when one of my rapper friends asked you to do a music video. I saw that.
And that was the family price.
I already knew it was.
That was the family price.
But I respect it because, like you said, the brand, what you work with equipment-wise, all of that count for something. So
let's talk about that a little bit deeper, though. Let's talk about that, because I always want to address this. See, the problem in this area is that we're talented, but we don't know science. We don't have science down pat. We don't know production. So a lot of dudes know how to shoot. Just because you know how to shoot a video, don't mean you know how to work with a team. So if you don't know production, you can't scale your budget, right? So if a corporation come to you and say, yo, we need you to do this certain type of commercial with a wall coming down, how you gonna do that by yourself, right? You're gonna need a full team to do that. That's why they back out trucks. If you look at the end of a movie, you look at the credits, it took 300 people to work on this one film. So while you running around with one camera, trying to do it all by yourself, the reason why you stay there is because you don't know how to incorporate others to be in that team. You don't know what a key grip is, right? You don't know what a gaffer is. You don't know what that is. You don't know what a sound mixer is, right? I did everything until I got to the point I said I gotta push the envelope. I gotta push, and like respectfully, if I'm gonna keep doing this, then I'm asking to keep making the same amount of money. I'm never gonna demand more. I'm never gonna see, they're not gonna give you $1 million if you don't act like it.
Right.
Or if you can't produce that.
Yeah.
And you damn sure ain't gonna do that with just one camera. So for the fact is, it's like, okay, when I looked at, when bro asked me to do the music video, I'm like, yo bro, respectfully, I ain't even gonna make no money off this, really. This is for the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is them taking a cut. This is me saying, yo, I need you to do me a favor. Yeah, I got bro, he got one that's coming here, and all he has to do is show up and be an artist. You got a PD person, a production design person who comes in and design the whole set. You need fog and all that, somebody doing that. You know what I'm saying? You got PAs that's running to go do waters and store runs. You ain't gotta do all that. All you gotta do is concentrate on being an artist. That's the point of production. A lot of people over here don't understand that. So that's what makes the price the price. So if you come to me with a script and you ask me, yo bro, how much to shoot this? It ain't just me shooting. I'm backing out a team. So according to what's on that script, it's going to determine what's going to be on that price. And then I got to include my fees in there, respectfully. So that's what it comes with. And I think as we grow in this area, it's like, I want people to get in that mindset of like, yo, it costs. I don't understand how you want to do great things, but you don't want to invest. It doesn't make sense. How long can you keep shooting the same thing over and over? It's going to look the same every time. There's no you have no versatility to what you're doing. None of my movies look exactly alike. That's because every time I leveled up the production. The Fast Life don't look like Cradle don't look like Make It Home don't look like The Last Shot don't look like The Walls don't look like Seat at the Table. So all of them are different because I push the envelope. I'm not accepting doing a movie. Why am I going to spend all this time producing this film for it to look like the last project? That don't even make sense to me.
At all. I get it. Real quick, can you just tell me some of the differences between shooting a video and shooting a film?
Oh man.
Because I know that's
you about to make me get my bag. You about to make me get
my bag. Did I start this by saying my job here is to set you up to talk your talk?
You about to make me get my bag, man. Listen, it comes down to this, right? A lot of people, and I'm not just going to say just the 518, because I can't limit it to just the 518, because this is like something that I see across the board.
Yeah.
People shoot videos and they think that's directing. That's not directing. There's something called a DP, director of photography. That's your person that takes care of your visuals. A lot of people out here are videographers. Mm-hmm. They're not directors.
Yep, agreed.
Directors tell stories, right? We're in charge of the vision. Your DP is in charge of how this going to come out visually for you. So you can concentrate on working with the actors. A lot of the stuff that people shoot, they say, oh, directed by. Oh, you didn't direct this, right? Yes, I think telling a story through visuals is a form of directing, but it don't get into no detail to a storyline. Like if you ask the average person up here to do a music video, they don't even give you a treatment. They don't even give you a treatment. What they do is they just tell you to show up and just do X, Y, and Z. They don't got no lighting. They don't got no treatment. They don't got no color tone, and then want everything to come out looking fire. And it blows my mind because I'm saying to myself, like, it's not that it don't look good. It's the same thing that I've seen the last 20 times, though. So that lets me know you hit a ceiling. You have no growth. You're not willing to open up your mind and say, yo, how do I get it to look like this? Let me try something else. Let me work with a different team. And people think working with a team means it's like, I'm not as important or I'm not the guy. We worry about being the guy. And it's like, bro, when you look at the credits, it don't matter.
Thanks.
It don't matter. Your name is on it. So how can I not be the guy? You got to be comfortable in your own skin. Okay. It takes great people to do great things. So if I'm around great people, that's how I'm produce great things. Pesh, 80, a lot of these guys that I work with on films and stuff like that, they're so comfortable in their own skin and their own gift that it makes it easy to collaborate. It's when you're not comfortable that you don't want to collaborate. Because you can't do what I do, I don't do what you do. So why don't we come together and work something out? Because you worry about the name. You worry about who named this song. It's like, yo, bro, that's not how it works. If I help you win, guess what? I'm winning.
Okay.
Part of your wins is my wins because I help you win. So that's a business principle. It's like, I'm interested in collaborating and you getting something out of this and I'm getting something out of this. If I don't see 3 ways of where I'm getting paid in this, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? If it's either network, experience, exposure, monetary, something. I gotta be able to identify it somewhere, whether it's on the front end or the back end. And my thing is like, this area is so talented. I give the 5 so much. Like there's so much gifts, there's so much talent, there's so much things but we work in isolation. So we worry about an image of that's going to satisfy here, which lets me know you haven't traveled. Because if you've traveled, you'll get that they work completely different from how we work because they're interested in working together. Because there's so many different productions going around, it's impossible for them to do it all. They're not interested in doing it all. I don't want to do it all. So like, I just think the idea of a videographer and a director, they just shoot stuff, man. That's all they do. They just shoot stuff. It ain't I don't see no directors. I would love to see more of it. Yeah. I would love to see people saying, I'm gonna try an actual storyline. I'm gonna shoot something and I'm gonna be intentional about that. That's great because that lets me know you're pushing the envelope. But as long as we satisfied with just great visuals, guess what? That's exactly where our level's gonna be, bro. LA ain't LA for no reason.
Heard you.
You know what I'm saying? ATL ain't ATL for no reason.
ATL.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Texas ain't Texas for no reason. New York City ain't New York City for no reason. It was the stories that was told out of there. You didn't know about Harlem until Paid in Full. You didn't know about Compton to South Central. You didn't know about these movies until those stories was told, bro. And told in a way that we identify with. Not on no low, and those movies were shot with low budget.
Facts, they definitely were shot with low budget.
But
it was still
the storylines.
Indeed.
So a lot of these
videos,
character, bro. A lot of these stories, a lot of these videos, they don't got no stories. They don't got no stories. Everybody want great visuals. Yo, this is HD, this is 4K, this is 8K. So what? You ain't got no story. What are we talking about? You know, tell me a story from beginning to end. Introduction, body, conclusion. However you mix that up, tell me the story. If you can't do that, then I'll just hire you to be an event videographer. That's it. Come shoot the recap video or something. That's your level. And I don't mean no offense, but I do.
Listen, it is what it
Push
is.
the envelope.
I agree. So you mentioned my guys, 80, you mentioned my guy Pesci. It's dope that you give unprofessional actors and actresses opportunities. Tell me what inspires you to do that, and tell me what you're looking for. Like when you have people come in and run lines, or you have a certain type of look. Like what are you looking for in these people that you know have little to no experience in this world, but you're bringing them into it?
That's a great question. I think the first thing is the people made me a director. And that's just in all honesty. I never saw myself as a director. I never seen myself like I would be shooting movies up with Spike and them as that. So the students made me a director. They believed in me. In my first movie, I remember we were shooting a music video. It was supposed to be a cinematic music video. It was supposed to be like Thriller. Like add a little storyline. And I was telling, I had like 80 students in my program. I'm telling the students like, yo, y'all adding too much. Like this gonna be like over 15 minutes. And I remember I was standing on top of a desk and all the students like, yo, Sprauve, forget the music video, man. Let's shoot a movie. So they put a battery in my back. I was like, yo, bro, I can't shoot no more. They said, bro, if anybody can figure it out, Sprauve, you could do it. So I put a real battery in my back, like, yo, I can really do this. Y'all believe in me that much? Y'all must see something I don't, because I don't see it. 3 years later, we released the first movie. 150 students involved in that. 4 pieces of equipment. I put up $1,000 of my own money. I did it for free. 2,000 people came out to the premiere. You know what I'm saying? We raised almost $50,000, which led me to start my own company. So when I deal with first-time actors, that really gave me the experience to deal with first-time actors, because you're dealing with students. 16, 17, 18, 15. Bro, it don't get no more immature than that. they got all types of issues going on, all types of, so to keep them, their attention span for locked in for 2 years is crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think from those experiences, it really led me to say, okay, how do I deal with first-time actors? So when I deal with first-time actors, it's only one thing I look for. One thing. I mean, there's looks. Do you match the part? Are you believable? Are you passionate? Do you have enough passion to do what I'm about to tell you? Because everything I'm about to tell you is going to be totally outside of your comfort zone. Do you love this more than how you feel? Because if you don't love it more than how you feel, you're going to be subject to, okay, how do I look on camera? Is this going to be, no. Can I get you there? It's not about you being there. Do you have enough in you for me to get you there? So 80, it was like, okay, bro's already from the streets. Bro already grew up in the streets. Came home, solidified himself, turned it around, started doing other stuff. So now it's like, okay, let's do a meet and greet and let's figure this out. And then once I met him, I was like, I can get bro there. Bro got enough in here and in here to know who he is, to know enough to like, and you gotta be comfortable in your own skin to some degree, you really do, because you got 3-4 cameras on you, you got 25 people looking at you, ready to go. When I say action, that's the time, we on a crunch. Time is money, so every minute we wasting dollars if we don't get this done. So about time I get you there, I need to know that you're able to do this. When I had Mark Menchaca come in town from Ozark, and I had them all extras from the community that was a part of this, bro, they were so prepped from just doing films with me already. They came in, they was like, yo, Mark said it, he told them straight up. He said, I never seen extras like this. This is coming from somebody that's in the industry.
Yeah.
They knew what to do. They had the confidence. You've already been on set with me. You know what it is. We've been in the trenches already. The last shot, it don't get no deeper than the last shot. Bro, we was in the same crib that Eddie got shot in. You know what I'm saying? So like, thinking about that, that's what we rehearsed at. We rehearsed there. We went to the spot. I took you to the spot. I need you to feel the energy here. I need you to be really in sync with in tune with the story and in tune with what happened here. And I know if I can get here and get you to love it here, I can get you to reenact everything that's going on. So 80 of them guys, they just passionate, man. Like you ain't gotta beg them. You ain't gotta act. They will give you 150
every time.
Every time on a Tuesday.
Yeah, now when I met 80, I saw a lot of my younger self in him, and that's what kind of gravitated me towards him, and we've been locked in since. Like, that's little bro for real. And you know, he's a dude that, he not calling too many people big bro.
Nope. Nope.
So, for him to call me big bro and let you know what I mean? He felt the same thing I felt.
Facts.
So,
Facts.
You talk about passion and just comfortable, like he's all of that.
And vice versa to Pesh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pesh is the same exact way, bro.
Pesh is so laid back and smooth that you would think he's the older brother.
You right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Because of how he carries himself, his demeanor, you would think he the older
No, that's a fact. No, that's a whole fact. But I used to think he was the older brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just so cool. You know what I'm saying? But I love that energy, and I love the way they move together. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times you don't see the loyalty amongst people be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that means a lot. When I see how you treat the people you love, that gives me an indication of how you gonna treat me.
Facts.
So if I watch you mistreat the people you say you love and you would kill for,
then you already know.
Then I already know what type of time you want, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to both of them, man. And they got a little school pack giving away supplies in the next 2 days. Respectfully.
I just had one today, Snug Day in Swinburne. I literally just left that and I dropped off some sneakers over there to them. And like you said, they got another one tomorrow and then another one Sunday. I'll be at those dropping off some sneakers for them as well. I've been giving out dunks all summer.
I know, I heard. Shout out to you though.
So if you see some dunks in the 518, shout out to you from me, man.
Nah, shout out to you though.
I mean, listen, I'll take some of the credit, but shout out to Alert Partnership, shout out to Pastor Triumph. Like, he trusted me. He gave me about a 350 pair of sneakers and trusted me to give them out to the community.
That's what's up.
But I knew with the mindset of the community, I couldn't say I got 350 pair of sneakers to give them.
Right,
They would appreciate it. So I kind of slow rolled it. I kind of started, your kids got good grades. Send me their report card. I got some sneakers for them. I kind of started there. and then just kind of been rolling it out slow to make people appreciate it.
Now you got to, and that's a great thing, because even doing it with this film stuff is like, if you do too much, they feel entitled.
Facts.
If you do too less, they say you ain't doing
Doing
enough.
enough.
It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? And it's like, you don't even know what it took for me to even create this platform for you to eat. But people will have something to say, so that's a great way, and that speaks to your experience. You know what I'm saying? And just being a community leader and being somebody active out here, just knowing how to deal with our own kind, because it's tough, man. It's tough. It really is. It's not easy dealing with first-time actors. It's an art to it, because when you take the production and it's up here, and you live down here, all they see is dollars, right? They don't, you're like, bro, you don't know what it took for this to get.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you the experience so I can build your confidence to let you know you could do the same exact thing. If you get the experience, you get the knowledge, I'm giving you the science. That's more important than even giving you the bread. And I give you the bread too, because I end up paying you. You know what I'm saying? So even on sets, I pay people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Whether even my students at the film school, you know what I'm saying? They all get paid to be there for 15 weeks. When you make it into the pro, I'm paying you to learn.
Nah, that's dope. What's one of the most difficult situations you faced on set?
I can't even count that. I can't even.
Look, I'm gonna take a sip with you.
I can't even. I gotta jog my memory real quick because there's quite a few. I'll tell this story. This was honestly, it was the last shot. The last shot was my hardest film. It was the hardest film because it was the most controversial one.
Yeah, and it's connected.
And it's connected to real street stuff. It's really connected. You know what I'm saying? Like there was things I had to leave out.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Just not incriminate anybody that might have got away, to not put, you know what I mean, throw anybody under the bus or create enemies.
Yeah, no, this is real fact. And I still think even with what it is, it's still some people still feel some type of way. But I think we was on set and somebody showed up on set, but he had you know what I'm saying? He had something on him. And it was like, you know, everybody was like, yo, your boy got something on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll beat him up and just take it from him. And I was like, I said, no. I said, this is about Eddie. This is about him.
See the bigger picture. The
bigger picture. That's why you need the right person taking these projects, because it's like, bro, this is a gun prevention project. The reason why we're doing this and telling this story is so we can stop individuals from seeing this as something valuable to do. You know what I'm saying? So, and thank God it was somebody that I really knew. Because I was able to go over there and really tell them, like, listen, it's gonna get bad for you if you don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to leave. I need you to take that and take that over there. Because here, we're trying to create something, and the reason why we're here is because a 15-year-old boy got shot 5 times over something as little as keys. So if you can't respect that, then you're leaving me no choice to take it somewhere else. And I'm asking you as a man, I'm asking you, and I don't know gangster stuff. I ain't coming over like, boy, I said, look over there. I said, it's gonna get bad for you. Just leave. And he respected the hand, and he left. And I thought that was, I never told that.
That was mature of him.
That was mature of him.
The situation,
you know what I'm saying?
because
why would you even feel comfortable coming even on set with something like that? You know, and that's the reason why even
especially knowing the story, knowing the reason behind producing the movie, like.
But that lets you know the state of where a lot of our people are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the mental health, we're not in that right place. So if you're not thinking about like something like, all right, I can get caught with this. You know what I'm saying? Like something could happen. And in New York, respectfully, this is not an open carry state. So if you see somebody with a hammer, it's lit most of the time. You know, you go to Atlanta. That's a totally different story. That's regular all day long.
When I first got down there, I seen the dude on the motorcycle with the gun right on his hip. I'm like, oh, this where we at? All right.
No, I was shooting a video for Lil Papa down there in ATL. So we went to the studio, and the artist I went with, we went down there, and when we walked in the studio, it was 3 guns on the table. Now, this is my first time in Atlanta. So I'm not even thinking about this as an open carry state. All I'm thinking about is in New York, they got problems like this to the point where they gotta keep guns on the table. And boy looked at me like, yo, P, nah, that's an open carry state, boy. I was like, that makes sense for me.
Because like you said, when you walking somewhere, there's three
guns
on the table.
If you walking outside with a hammer, you walking. Yes. It's clear you got some issues. So, I mean, besides that though, boy left, and I was grateful for that. And we was able to get through that, man. And we was really able to deal with that. And so thank God that never panned out. I never had an incident on my a real incident. It was always like potential stuff that could. And all it takes is one. Yep. That's why I even on set, I keep security. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter. Like, we in the hood. Like, it's the place of the unexpected. Yep. It's the place where you go and you don't even think it's gonna happen. Yep. And you think you good until it goes down and you like, at least I want to cross all my T's, dot all my I's, and be able to say that I put all the proper precautions in place to make sure that everyone was safe on set.
Copy. So a little bit earlier, I heard you talking about your team and having a team behind you. How difficult is it putting the team together? Like, I know you was able to tap into the Boys and Girls Club and your students, and now you got the kids in the C Center, but overall, just how difficult is it putting a team together that you really trust and you know everybody's going to do their part?
I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm not going to say it's hard. Sure. I think the most difficult part about bringing a team here is when you start working with people, I'm not expecting you to only work with me. But if I put you on, I am expecting a certain type of check-in and loyalty.
Certain level of loyalty.
It is.
That doesn't exist.
And it doesn't exist. So a lot of times it's like, if you bring me somewhere, right, and you like, yo, P, I want to put you on to the set that's going on in New York City for whatever reason, I want to bring you on. My man is the director. I want to bring you down there. Now, when I get down there, it's easy to be like, yo, listen, I got 4 or 5 films. I did that. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going through the person that brought me. See what I'm trying to say? Because you know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. And all people see is the opportunity for me to tap into what you have so I can surpass you. Yep. So that's what it be for me. Is like, I've seen people negotiate even on my set. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, like, boy, what are we doing? What are we doing? Professionalism. You mean to tell me you don't got enough in you? You already got the plug. You're already here working together. Once the project done, you network. Nobody told you couldn't network. But the very intent that you would see deemed to say something and talking about another project in the middle of another project lets me know really where your mindset is. So this is the type of stuff. So for me to build a team, I had to leave. Because I tried to build a team here. I have a very select few of people that I tap in with here, and those are people that understand the mission. They just know. But my team, I had to go out. I went to France. When I went to the Cannes Film Festival, that's where I met my DP at. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met him out there, and we've been locked in ever since. You know what I'm saying? And boy, he just understands the assignment. It's none of that funny stuff. And it's like, yo, bro, I want to see the best for you. Why would I hold you back from a project? But there's certain principles and certain etiquettes of how we move with one another that says, like, I respect you. Yep. When people do stuff that's unordinary, so it leads me to believe either you're weird, desperate, or you don't respect me. And even in all that, I still come down to respect. Because I'm not going to come inside of your house and start talking to all your family members. I'm like, bro, calm down, bro. Like, go take a seat, bro. You speak when you're spoken to. If the conversation opens up for you to do X, Y, and Z, you open the conversation up. But I don't got to walk in the room telling you about, yo, I'm the director, and I did 7 films, and I'm the one that, who cares? Nobody asked you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when that time comes for you to talk about that, then you talk about it. But for now, just understand your setting and understand who you're coming with. But it's not hard to put a team together. The problem is, a lot of these people can't put a team together because they can't get the budgets. In order to get the team, you need the budget. In order to get the budget, you got to get the science. In order to get the science, you got to connect with other people that are doing it bigger than you. So if you don't want to, if you always want to look like that person, if you always want to look like that guy, if you ain't got no mentors, who do you look up to? Who are you aspiring to be like when it's all said and done?
Yep.
Who do you look at? If I ask you like, who the person you go to? You can't tell me, because you that person. So that means you your own ceiling. You know what I'm saying? You your own ceiling, bro.
They say if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
You in the wrong room.
Yes, sir.
So when I tap in with places like the Boys and Girls Club, when I tap in with organizations, bro, I was an executive director for 7 years. I launched my own nonprofit after my first film. I raised almost $750,000 for my nonprofit. So I understand outcomes. I understand grant reports. I understand how to write grants. I learned all this when it wasn't cool to do film. While everybody was running around with a camera, I was figuring out like, okay, not only do I have a camera, but how do I make this, how do I build longevity in this? Because this area ain't known for film.
Nope.
So where you go to get consistent jobs around here? You got to keep promoting the same thing, doing the same thing. The Boys and Girls Club got the grant. I manage the project. I give them the outcomes. They write the outcomes back to their grant report. We all win. You see how that works? And respectfully, we own the content. So not only are they allow me to do a project, but I own it. See, so that's the deal. So I'm not playing. People are like, oh, but they giving you the money. Yeah, they're giving me the money to own it. What are you talking about? Because I'm creating it. And shout out to Big Eddie, because Big Eddie owned it with me.
Yeah, I'll listen.
Respectfully.
All right, enough of the dancing. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. Let's get right into the Eddie Stanley story. Let's get right into the last shot.
Talk to me.
So for me, like I said, I got turned on to it because my guy 80 was in it, my guy KJ was in it as well. And I came to, I believe, the second showing at Proctor's Theater.
Yes.
But you still had a amazing audience. It was a Q&A after. Eddie Father was there, which was powerful. Sean Jeanette came up and sung the song live and it was just a powerful moment for me, like tears in my eyes, powerful. But I was skeptical leading up to seeing it because I consider myself somewhat of a movie connoisseur.
Right.
And I've never, ever watched any of the Money, Power, Respect. I've never watched none of those YouTube series because I never felt like they respected the game. Y'all, like you said, I'm seeing shadows, the sound bouncing off of everything. Y'all just grabbed the camera and was like, yo, tell your friends come through. Like nobody took no acting classes. So it came across like y'all didn't respect the filming industry, for real. So knowing it was a short film, knowing it was hood dudes that I knew never been in nothing in it, I'm kind of like, oh, this is about to be a web series type of thing. I don't know if I want to see this thing. I'm gonna chill. I'll be honest. But something compelled me to come. And like I said, I came and it was a beautiful thing. It was powerful. It was emotional. Remember, my first question to you once it was over was, when did we get the extended version? And you said, if we can get the budget.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
If we can get the budget, we can raise the money. If the money comes in, we can make it happen.
We can make it happen.
But nah, it was so powerful in that, 35 minutes?
Yep, 36 minutes.
36 minutes was so powerful that I'm still waiting for the extended version because I know to cut it down to 35 minutes, there's a lot left out.
Yes.
Beyond juice, you know what I mean, trying to protect people. Beyond that, you had to cut a lot out just to get it into the time frame to make it make sense for the budget.
Absolutely.
So I immediately wanted more. I'm like, nah, you're not gonna do this to me. You're not gonna give me advertising. But not to call it advertising, just because you watch it and you did an amazing job of, without showing it, still filling some gaps.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You did a great job of telling that story. So yeah, I wanted more visual, not necessarily more story, because the story was told.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The story was really told in full.
Absolutely.
But
I think just to touch on that a little bit, even with that, it was the budget they had was from a grant. It was a gun prevention grant.
Gotcha.
And they had a certain amount of funds. So when the executive director, shout out to Shane, when he sat down with me, he was like, yo, we have these gun prevention funds. What do you think we can do with this? Now, prior to this, back in 2019, 18, Big Eddie came to me.
Copy.
It was like, yo, I want to do a documentary on my son.
Because I was going to ask, like, what, you know, there's a bunch of stories to tell.
Right.
You know, 518, people die every day,
Every day.
unfortunately. So there's a bunch of stories to tell. So I always wonder what made you choose Eddie.
I chose Eddie for a couple of reasons. One was because his family was involved.
Mm-hmm.
I got the blessing from his father and mother. And I told him, I said, listen, I'm not doing this film because I already know how my community is.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to give it up. So before I jump in this pool of politics, or whether what's right and what's wrong, I need y'all to endorse this and give me the blessing. So I sat with both of them. If you tell me this is the okay and this is a go, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave me the okay, they gave me the green light, and Eddie was guiding the story all the way. So every time I got, like when I would do research, I would do interviews, I interview people in confidence, who was there. I interview people that was in the car, you know what I'm saying, with him on the way, you know what I'm saying? So, and it actually even dealt with there was some stuff going on because Eddie, it was told that Eddie was dropped off at the party by his coach. And for a long time, I think the idea was that his coach got a lot of slack and blame for dropping him off, right? And not for nothing, that's John. John Scott.
John Scott. Yo, that bothered John so much.
It did.
That for a long time, he kind of removed himself from basketball. Like, he would always do his for family camps and all of that for the kids, but he wouldn't coach. He didn't want nothing to do with no AAU. So even like when we tried to bring our AAU program to link with them, he was like, listen, y'all can do that, but I'm hands off.
Right.
And then, rest in peace, Fuquan, his other player, who went away to college, and they found him dead in a creek of water that there's no way you drowned in that.
Right.
So the combination of losing those two guys really messed him up a lot.
No,
and kind of pushed him away from basketball.
I met with John.
Yeah.
I put the pieces together to the whole entire story. Like, I had to be accurate. John never dropped him off at the party. See what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
Everybody thought he did, but he didn't. He dropped him off at his house. The person that Eddie went to the party with, they lived downstairs from him. So Eddie lived upstairs.
Got you.
His friends lived downstairs.
Got
And
you.
instead of going straight home, he went to his friend's house. So, but in that theory, like, John was also 21, 22 years old. He was young. So like when I've dropped people off, you don't think to like call and just be like, you know what I'm saying? At that time, you don't think that. But when stuff go wrong, nobody want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I literally just had a conversation with my friends jokingly that when I drop my friends off, I don't wait for you to get in the door.
Right.
Like, what are we talking? Yo, fam, if you're not safe on your doorstep, I don't even know if I want to be your friend.
Right. and it's clear that Lil Eddie was safe, but he just made a
Decision.
He just made a decision.
He made a choice.
And that decision was going into the downstairs to his friend's house. They drove to the party, and his parents didn't even know he was back yet. You know what I'm saying? So for like, that's why when Big Ed got the call, if you look in the movie, he was like, what?
What's supposed to be in your
like, what are we, like, hold on, wait a minute, hold on, what are you talking? They thought it was Big Eddie that got hit when it was really little, so he's confused. You know what I'm saying? So, I think in all of that, even in that situation, I think I chose Eddie because Eddie wasn't in the streets, but he was around it.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of our young people who got hit, a lot of them was in the streets. So it's hard to debate when you start to say, you know, he had it coming to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you out here pulling out guns on people, you got to expect that energy to come back with you. But Eddie was doing what an average 15-year-old would do. Who didn't sneak out their crib?
Facts.
At 15. Who didn't ask to go to the party with their friends? Who didn't do that, right? I did it. I did it a ton of times. Sneaking out, you want to see what's going on, it's lit with your friends. You know what I'm saying? You think your parents don't know? Because his parents was on him, bro. They was not trying to have, Eddie was not gonna be at that party. That's why he pulled the movie. If you look in the movie, when Big Ed first comes on the steps, his man is on the phone with him. He like, yo, don't tell my pops I'm coming back because he ain't gonna let me go to the party.
Yep.
That's because he had a 2-parent home.
Yep.
And Eddie was also loved on both sides. He was loved in the hood, and he was
street
loved.
dudes respected him.
Yeah, street dudes respected him, but I'm gonna say this: white people loved him.
Say that.
His coaches loved him. The school loved him. You know what I'm saying? Like when Eddie died, it was a big deal for everybody. It wasn't just one of the situations where people just looking like, all right, look. He got shot out. Like it's just no. Everybody loved Eddie. Everybody. His impact was crazy. So for me, it was like, let me choose him because not only is his father involved, and his family is involved, but he also was so revered by so many different people that I felt like the message would really resonate with the people.
Gotcha. How did you strike the balance between artistic expression and also a serious social message that you was pushing?
That's a great question. I think for me it was about staying true to the story. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried to stay as close as possible. Obviously everything is not exactly accurate to the T. You know what I'm saying? But the storyline and how it is accurate.
Gotcha.
Right? So that's accurate. But like I think for me, it was just staying close to the story.
Gotcha.
It was just like, look, we're going to make this look cinematic. We're going to make it look real. But I want to stay true to the story. Even to the point I pulled the real 911 call.
Bro, I was going to ask you, how did you get the 911 call? And also, how emotional was that just listening to that call? Because like I said, watching the movie and you hear that call, it sounds like it could be generic.
Yeah.
But once you say, no, that was the real 911 call, I started playing it back in my head. And then when I seen it for the second time, I'm like, I don't know how to make it through that. That might have broke me.
Yeah.
Right?
No, first of all, so shout out to all the partners that was involved in it. This is why it's important to have organizations and partners and structures that be. The 2 detectives that worked on the case, I was able to tap in with them. And the chief of police. So when I needed cops, ambulance and all that for the scene, they was more than willing to support and willing to come. So I told the chief, I said, listen, I need access to the real 911 calls. For me to really tap in as a director, I need to feel like I need to know what it feels like to be there that night. For me to paint the picture correctly. It was 14 911 calls. That was the one I chose. They was all horrifying.
I can imagine.
Like it was other ones that I wanted to use, but I felt like this one particularly like spoke to the entire, like literally, and it also spoke to the disconnect of even the structures that be, because he's trying to tell them that somebody is shot, and you're asking about the person that's getting away. So it's like even in that disconnect, that's a whole conversation within itself, right? It's like, I don't care about that. Bro shot.
Right, you wasted time.
You wasted time. I understand. You can do your own investigation to do that. Right now, all I care about is getting the person to the hospital.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So, in all of that, I think, just would be, and when I pulled the real 911 calls and I really sat there and listened and I'm really editing, I'm saying to myself like, damn, I don't even know what I'm putting out right. I was scared to put it out. I'm not even gonna hold you. Did you understand, when I did this movie and I told Shane, I said, Shane, I told the whole county, I said, when we do this movie, you're not gonna have any creative say-so on this. You're not gonna do this movie and you're not gonna come in and start dictating how the story should go because the story is already set. It's disrespectful to alter the story any other type of way. You wasn't there. And this is not for you. This is for us, right? I said, so you gotta let it be. You gotta be okay. I said, if you want real change, you gotta tell it exactly how it is. And I think with that piece, they trusted me to guide that story and paint it in a way that I'm not trying to make anybody look bad. I'm trying to show us.
Yep.
I'm like, yo.
To better us.
To better us. I got a 16-year-old daughter. Why do I want my daughter to sneak? If my daughter was to sneak out, I don't want my daughter going to a party to get shot 5 times over a pair of keys. You know what I would want? Somebody to see my daughter and be able to call me and be able, and the village is in place to say, yo, P, yo, you know your daughter out here, blah, 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 blah. Yo, hold up, I'm pulling up right now. We don't got the village no more. So everybody in the audience, I want you to see us. Are you okay with this? You okay with this energy? You okay with your young people going to create their own spots? Because if you're not investing, this is even a question to the city. So if you ain't investing the money, the resources, and everything else in the community, guess what the people will do? They will create their own show.
Facts.
And this will happen every single time. So this is not even just a message for us. No. This is a message for the entire city, for the entire region. That if we're not investing in our young people, we're not investing in our community, this will take precedent. And Eddie wasn't just anybody. He was a young person that was on his way. Yeah. He could have went to any D1 school. He was top prospect in basketball. Yeah. I used to record his games. So him going to the hoop, driving inside it, that's me recording in the stands. A lot of people don't know that. That's why when people ask me, they say, yo, P, I started from the bottom, for real. Yeah. You don't know what that's like. I started when it wasn't cool to film, because I just love it. You want the glow. You want, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? So doing this project, I think for the last shot, man, it was definitely by far my hardest project. And now, I've toured with it. I've gone to over 50 facilities, from correctional facilities, schools, theaters. Whoa, and then after doing all of that, I end up getting it on Roku. Now,
hold on. We're gonna make some noise and clap it up for that. Shout out to that. That was huge. You know what I mean? Like, it really was like it went from YouTube to Roku.
Yeah.
Like it was.
It's a fact.
Nah, salute.
Because this is us pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
This is us saying, this is what I mean by pushing the envelope. I had to travel. Yo, bro, not for nothing. I did 3 premieres. At all 3 premieres, I had almost 2,000 people. Do you know how hard it is as a film director in an area that don't do film to create a film, create a product, and have people buy real tickets? There is nothing in this area.
No blueprint for that.
No blueprint for that. Okay? So there's nothing, I'm talking about from all forms of art. From painting to DJing to videography. There's nothing where it requires you to sell this many tickets in order for your film to be up here. After I did the first one, 2013, it blew my mind away. I didn't know 2,000 people was gonna come. Proctor's really helped me with that. And we pre-sold 900 tickets. On the night of the actual show, there was 2 lines wrapped around the corner. 1,000 people showed up. So, which was cool. Blew my top off. I'm like, yo, I got on the stage, you're looking out on the stage, you see 2,000 people, you like, yo, all these people came to see my film? This is my first one. I gotta do it again. I gotta see if it's real.
Was it a rush?
But it changed my life. I'm from the projects. I'm from mice and roaches, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So to see up here, I'm in here with a suit on, and I got everybody lit. We all got on suits, and I'm looking outside, and I'm saying to myself, like, yo, all these people came to see a little old film that I did. Y'all deem this as important. So this is God's gift.
Yeah.
This ain't my gift. God gave it to me. So now I gotta use it. Now I gotta know, can I do it again? I did it with Cradle. Now we lit. Now I become a director. 2019 is when I accepted it. I picked up a camera in 07, 08. I didn't accept being a director until 2019. Because then it was like, yo, bro, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Stop it. Stop humbling yourself to the, yo, I'm just trying. Stop. Be who you are, walk in it, and all the rest of the doors is going to open. 2022, I released The Last Shot. That was too easy. I did that effortlessly. I knew the blueprint already. Yeah. So it's like, all right, this ain't it no more. I can pack a theater out for a movie. That ain't it. I got to get it on TV.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm hunting now. I go to France, I go to Tribeca, I go to every film festival. I'm thinking if I'm traveling, I'm going to South by Southwest, I'm going to Sundance, I'm going everywhere. I'm figuring it out. I went to Cannes, I was out there for 2 weeks. That's in France. That's the Mecca. They have over 150 distributors there. I'm going to every single distributor asking, what do you do? How do you do that? What are you looking for? What do you do? Asking all the questions.
Yeah.
They schooling me. I'm like, all right, copy. This is what I got to do? Oh, I need an aggregator. So there's a middleman, right? You can't go to Roku. I can't go to Roku.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Roku don't want to talk to me. They want to talk to an aggregator. That's the way it works in film. So right now, my aggregator, I found one, and you got to search because film is closed off.
Yeah.
All right, so as open as it is for videographers, for filmmakers, it's closed off. All right, you could record something and put it on the net and everybody see it. That's cool. There's gonna be limited people. But if you want the plug, film is like you got to check in. Let me see what you doing. You're not gonna get access to everything. Found an aggregator, and he took 2 of my movies. We signed a contract, sent it to an entertainment. I always tell people, please check the paperwork. You want to know what you're signing. He got the last shot on Roku. That's going to be on other platforms as well soon.
Yeah.
And Cradle is going to be on Plex. It's going to be on Samsung. It's going to be on Hoopla, and it's probably going to be on Roku. So Cradle's a longer film.
Yeah.
So I had a Hollywood producer tell me, look how much.
Cradle, that's the movie about the
Teenage pregnancy. Yup.
Come on, man.
Yup.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So that's going to be on 4 different platforms.
Right.
And somebody told me, I had the Hollywood producer, shout out to my guy Ramphus. He was the one kind of mentoring me because he was lit. He was the one taking me to all these different places. And he do big films. He doing 10 million, 5 million. He doing other big films, man. He told me, he said he watched the film. He said, yo, I love the film, but I hate the time. I said, what you mean? He said, if you would have made this film 60 minutes, he said they probably would have gave you almost $500,000 to $1 million for the film. Just to buy it out. So it was a learning lesson. Okay, now it's like, okay, that's why I've been on the short film game. Because this ain't the feature game. The feature game, once you get that, you gotta have a budget. I'm not doing a feature unless I got the budget. It don't make sense. It's better for me to create a dope short film, take it to the film festivals, shop it as a concept film, and then raise the money to do the feature. You know what I'm saying? So
Makes sense.
the film festivals is where all the network is at. I'm giving a free game right now. It's where all the network is at. The distributors, all the people that can plug you in and get you access, they're at the film festivals. That's where they're at. That's why we don't have them up here, because we looking at a black hole. Ain't nothing there.
Gotcha.
You go to the theater, so what you in it? They just got a theater. Once I got hooked up with film festivals and I got hooked up to access of producers and people that's in the game, bro, it's nothing but phone calls. It's nothing but, yo, listen, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. You know somebody? Yeah, I know a guy. Matter of fact, let me plug you in over here. I'm gonna give you his number, X, Y, and Z. I want you to call him. I'm gonna call him right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not for nothing. And I'm gonna say this. I was actually, and this is what I mean. This is a prime example. So, Natari Norton from Power.
Yep.
This is how access works. Ramfish, I was connected with him for like 2 years. I'm traveling with him. I said, yo, bro, listen, I'm trying to do a movie, but I need a big enough actor that they're not gonna break the bank because I have a smaller budget.
Yeah.
But they're gonna be big enough
To be recognizable.
Yes.
To move the
So he's
needle.
like, yeah, what about Natari? And this is just what it means. And not that I'm working with Natari, but he made one phone call. 2 weeks later, I was on the phone with her manager and her husband. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it works in the industry.
Gotcha.
It's about relationship. So if you don't know nobody, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Gotcha.
It's not about your skills. It's 1,000 people that know how to do what you do in the industry, bro. It's 1,000 directors. There's 1,000 people making content all day long. It's about who you can call. They say, yo, bro, I'm doing this project. Can you do X, Y, and Z? Yo, I'm gonna plug you in over here with this person, and that person. That's why I try to stay in rooms with people up here. I don't wanna be in a room. I don't wanna be nowhere where people can't plug me into something better. It don't make sense.
Speaking of being plugged in, please explain to me, explain to the people, how did you get a courtroom in a hospital to film in a, are you kidding me?
Well, all right, copy. That's a great question. That's a great question. So, the hospital was old.
Got you.
I already had the hospital from the first movie.
Got you.
I was filming at Ellis already. I already
Gotcha.
had the rapport in the relationship. A lot of it has to do with a couple things. One is the way I execute, right? So you got to think about it like this. And this is what people don't think about. If I give you my space to shoot, what are you going to do with this? And how many people are going to see with this? How many people are going to see this film or whatever it is that you're going to do, right? 10 people? But that's not worth it for me. That ain't no money for me because I'm a hospital. A lot of people don't know hospitals are nonprofits. So they get money on the back end, right? Grants and everything else. So a lot of times I built a lot of rapports and I made a lot of friends in different places. So when it came time to do, for Fast Life, I was in the hospital. Cradle, I was in Witness Bellevue Hospital, obviously. They partnered with me on that. I was in Planned Parenthood. And in The Last Shot, I was in the hospital. They gave me a whole section, right? So for the courtroom, I demanded that. I had to make some calls for that because they was trying to give me the traffic court division.
Gotcha.
I said, no. Give me the courtroom they sending them up top for 20 years and better. That's the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So that's the court where it get lit. I got a couple of the homies that went up top in that courtroom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I'm looking at that like I want to make a statement. And I'm very close to city council members. I'm very close to the powers that be.
See, that go back to the relationships.
It goes back to the relationships. So when it came down, even, and I give you a prime example, there were certain city council members that needed a push. Well, I'm gonna help you push. Because if I help you get in that seat, guess what? When I make that call, I'm gonna be able to tap in with you.
Fact.
So it's not just even for the new movie I just did, for Seat at the Table. For Jay Burrell, they cut the lights off. You know what I'm saying? They cut the lights off. Once they hit a certain time, the lights is off.
That's a fact.
Yo, listen, I need the lights on. I need the lights on.
Those relationships.
See, that was those relationships. Matter of fact, they were supposed to have it on. They forgot to put it on. The person that was supposed to do it, I made one call, 30 minutes, it was on. That's the type of time I'm talking about. But we too scared to interact with the powers that be outside of our comfort zone. Because it's either for several reasons. Either you don't want to look like a certain type of way, or either you're still in the streets. Because I'm not in the streets. That's the power of it.
Yep.
I'm not.
So I don't gotta be scared of you.
I don't gotta be scared of you.
Now, before you came in, I was just telling him, in the last 2 years, I've been sitting in rooms with people I never thought I'd be in a room with.
Right.
Police commissioners from all these different towns,
Absolutely.
DAs, every position you could think of. But the beauty of being in those rooms is I was able to be in those rooms as myself.
Yes.
So all of them call me Beast.
Yes.
So I was at a meeting recently, and on the way out, first time ever talking to D.A. Kinley. Never spoke to him ever before. First time meeting him, and on his way out, he felt compelled to stop and tap me on the shoulder and was like, yo, if you need anything, call my office. Just from hearing me talk in that room.
But that's the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He see you as a valuable and incredible messenger, not only for the community, but for them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, look, bro, like, people like us have special positions. We are liaison. I interpret culture for one another. When people, when there's white people that look at black people and they say, why is pants hanging down like that? What is that? They don't understand that. They don't understand what that is, right?
Yeah.
Or why is he doing X, Y, and Z? Well, I get to come in with a film and interpret that and help you understand that there's a family structure missing. There's resources missing. There's things that's missing that we don't have, that you have. So when you're comparing us, you're comparing apples and oranges.
Facts.
It's not the same playing field that we on.
And you know, sometimes certain things ain't for you to understand.
Right.
Just respect it.
Disrespect it. That's a fact. No,
Everything
that's all
ain't for you to
fact.
understand
It's like,
because
listen,
you don't come
look,
from it.
at the end of the day, if you don't want to understand, respect human life.
Facts.
If you don't got nothing else, it's like, okay, boom. Let's say you don't understand it, but and this is how I did it with the county. I said, we both can agree that we don't want to see a 15-year-old pregnant.
Yeah.
We can agree to that.
Yeah.
But I had to break the numbers down to them, right? It's like, look how much money you spending over here aiding. If this 15-year-old gets pregnant, this is how much it's costing you on the back end. It's costing you over 100 and something thousand just the aid, just for the year. Between WIC, Medicaid, housing, food stamps, all of these different things that the county got to provide. I said, if you provide a piece of that, I can start a campaign with real teenage moms and dads and let us tell a story that caters to this area and let us deal with our own issues. We're not asking you to solve it. What we're asking you to do is supply the resources and let the people that know the people do what we do best.
Gotcha. Alright, man, I ain't gonna hold you up. I do have a clip from the movie. We gonna get into that. I believe it's the clip that you was referring to earlier.
Absolutely.
When Eddie gets dropped off and instead of going upstairs to his crib,
yes,
he comes downstairs into his friend's crib. Let's take a look at that real quick.
I think that's Eddie at the door right there.
What?
Fact.
Bro, yeah. What's good, boy? Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we lit, boy. Y'all back. Bro, we back, bro. It was good, my guy. Yo, bro, stop playing around, boy.
Right here,
What's good? Hold on. Forget those right there for bro B-Day tonight, too, bro.
Right.
For real.
Oh, it is your G-Day, right? Just say what's up, man.
Boy, stop playing around. What y'all niggas doing, boy? Bro, niggas know what's going on, boy. We got the hoodies, nigga. We got the weed, boy. It's going down tonight.
I know, I see. Like, let me hit that, though.
He started smoking weed.
Basketball playing ass.
Bro,
I smoke when I want, bro. Hand me the weed.
All right, but what's up with our age y'all friends, though? They popping out tonight or what?
I ain't even gonna hold you, but yo, I have time, bro.
Bro, you only had one thing to do, bro.
Bro, I was sitting in the car, bro, at that time.
Bro, what was you doing?
Bro, it's my G-Day, bro. What the fuck? But if I ever let you niggas down, bro, stop acting like that, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
They don't come tonight, I'm gonna knock your big ass the fuck out.
Word.
Bitch, you ain't gonna knock out shit, nigga.
Yeah, talk to us quickly about that scene.
That was an important scene.
Shout out to my guy KJ. KJ don't even smoke.
He don't
So the
even-
scene you had him on the porch pretending to smoke, it was so funny to us that know he don't smoke. But even that was powerful right there, how he point the handgun at Eddie and almost give you some foreshadowing. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah,
bro.
like, so this was an important scene because I needed to frame what mindset he was in, and the switch between when he was around his ball players versus these friends.
Around the hood dudes.
Right, we're around the hood dudes. He switched.
Yeah.
In the car was, yo, I'm in the scholarship. Yo, we about to do X, Y, and Z. Yo, it's us. Over here is, yo, get past me the weed. You don't even smoke. Now you, hold on, wait a minute. When you start smoking, you, and there's no stopping.
Yeah.
Because they like, you know, the hood's like, okay, you do this on you, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you up. Not one of them didn't say, yo, hey,
Nah,
bro,
I ain't doing that.
Nah, bro,
Nah,
come
you
on,
ain't
man.
smoking on my time.
Come on, bro. You do, and this is important because this really frames what Eddie was going into.
Yeah.
Where he didn't go upstairs. He goes inside of the crib. Now he's on a different type of time. He's smoking. He worried about everything else, the normal young hood, 15-year-old, 16, trying to fit in. And that's something that we all struggle with, man. I know this is what I struggle with. I mean, even growing up in the streets. Like, I'm from the streets. I grew up in the streets. But that wasn't me.
Yeah.
Who I am now, I've always been. Because we know in the hood, you either become the prey or you're the predator.
Facts.
Which one? You either gonna be running people home or you're gonna be getting chased home.
Nah,
And
I
if
had
you
to
don't
pretend
play,
not to be smoking.
yeah.
Gotta
Same
pretend not to be
did.
smart.
I had to pretend.
Fact, I had to put my head down and act like I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
So the teacher pick on me and then I know the answer, but I don't lose cool points because I showed the teacher up at the same time as knowing the answer. Like I had to figure out ways. Nah, it's a balance in that.
It's a real thing that we don't talk about.
Facts.
Because in the hood, it wasn't cool to be smart.
Facts.
Right?
At
So
all.
here's the thing. I was in the 5th grade. I had some of the highest citywide reading tests, math tests. They wanted to put me in the Astro program. But you gotta take a test to even get in that. I failed the test purposely. Because my mother asked me, she said, Prince, why did you fail the test? I said, I don't see nobody that look like me. I don't want to be around Chinese kids. I'm from the hood. Who did he? Who am I relate to? Right? And that just goes to show you, like, this dominated. And this is the type of stuff that's dominating our young people.
Right now.
Right now, like literally, you look at July 4th, it's lit. All those crimes that happened Those is done by young people who just threw their whole life away. You know what I'm saying? And they giving out football numbers, bro. They giving out 20 years like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's literally like a bus pass or something, right?
Scary.
It's scary. So like you 20 years old, you 19 years old, you 18 years old, and now you facing 20 to 25. That don't scare y'all. So what place do we gotta be in that we don't even?
It don't scare them.
It don't scare them.
So the reason it don't scare them, right, is because once you've made a decision that you're gonna be a legitimate street person, right? Jail is your graduation.
Yep.
That's your college.
Yep.
Right? People come home from jail all the time. And what we do? Throw them a party, send them out, give them a pack, couple dollars.
Yep.
People come home from college and we don't give them nothing.
Right.
Ain't no party. Ain't no celebration.
That's a whole
Ain't no send them out.
Nope.
So we actually reward the people coming home from jail more than we reward the people coming home from college. So what mentality is that in our community?
That's a whole fact. And it's like, it feels good to even go to jail and come home and then be like, yo, I'm getting mad love. So you think every time you go to jail, this is what it's like coming home.
But it's not even just that it feels good, right? Until you do that, it's still a question mark on you. It don't matter how many drugs you sold, it don't matter how many people you shot. Until you went to jail, held it down, didn't tell on nobody, and come home, it's still a question mark.
It's still a question mark. And that's, I just want to see our community better, man. Like because I feel like we the salt.
Yeah.
We bring the flavor.
Yeah.
Like we really, like nothing don't really move. Like when black people get their hands on something, anything that we touch, it turns into $1 billion industry.
That's why crops are $60 right now.
Yeah. It's like nuts. It's like make it make sense.
Alright, man, before I let you get out of here, let's get into Go Beast Mode.
Yes, sir.
This portion of the interview is brought to us by Oye's, as seen on Vice, the nutcracker you didn't know you needed. Shout out to my guy.
Shout out to him.
But yeah, let's get into it. Favorite movie snack? Popcorn and nachos.
Nachos, hands down.
Robert De Niro or Al Pacino? Oh, you didn't think this was gonna be easy, did you?
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to go with Al Pacino.
Okay. Indie film grind or big studio budget?
Indie film grind all day.
Heard you. Boys in the Hood or Juice? I told you this wasn't gonna be easy, bro.
I'm gonna have to go with Boys in the Hood.
Okay. Steven Spielberg or Martin Scorsese?
I'm going with Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
I'm going with Martin all day.
Spike Lee or John Singleton?
Ooh, I thought you were gonna say Tyler Perry.
Why would I say him?
That's hard. I was about to say that's an easy thing.
Yeah, no, just doing it easy.
Damn. If I gotta choose, can I drink to that or something?
Ain't nothing in your cup.
Ain't nothing in my cup and shit. Nah, I can't. Oh man, you gonna make me pick, John? I gotta go with Spike.
Copy.
I gotta go with Spike. If I gotta choose, I gotta, cause Malcolm X.
Got you.
It's when I look at Malcolm X, it's nothing.
No, I respect it. Star Wars or Star Trek?
I'm gonna have to go with Star Wars.
Gladiator or 300?
Gladiator.
Out of these two movies, which one was the best biopic? Ali or Ray?
Ray, hands down.
Alright, last one. Starring in your next movie. Denzel or Samuel Jackson?
Denzel. That's what we talking about. I love Samuel, but Denzel all day.
Nah, man, that's been, Go Beast Mode. Appreciate you.
Nah, I appreciate
Overall,
you
man,
too,
I appreciate you pulling up and sharing
Fact.
some of your story and your time with me, man. It's been dope, man.
It's been dope, man.
We gotta do this again,
Yes,
man.
we do, man. We definitely do, man.
For sure, man. Love is love. Yo, this has been another episode of Building with Beast. Shout out to my guy, Prince Sprauve. Make sure y'all tap into the Last Shot movie that's on RokuTV right now.
Yes, sir.
No. Now. Go check that out, man.
Check that out.
The link will be at the bottom of the screen. Yo, appreciate y'all for tapping in and tuning in. See y'all next time.
And turn against you. You ever seen your man raise his right hand on the stand? Take the oath to put his man in a can like some spam. For they sins they try to use you as a sacrificial lamb. Niggas will tell on their mama if they caught up in the jam and sick. I lost my bro, I was mad stressed. Then turned around and saw my mama take her last breath. All this pain that I endured and I ain't crashed yet.